baby, and I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to arrange flowers that you get from the grocery store. A lot of times you get them, it's sort of intimidating because they come with really long stems and they look like, how do I put that in a vase? So what I would recommend first is getting a vase, kind of like a square or a cylinder that kind of has a skinny neck here that you can arrange your flowers in. And take some of that floral food and go ahead and put it in your container. And I like to start with some of the bigger blooms or greenery. So today I got some hydrangeas, I have some roses and some alstroemeria, and for the record, alstroemeria lasts forever. I picked up some eucalyptus and some irises. So we're kind of going to be making a red, white, and blue arrangement. So I wanted to start with the hydrangeas because they're going to fill up this vase and we can use them as a filler. So one of the things that's really hard when you get a flower at the grocery store is that look how long those stems are. And I think people feel intimidated by cutting them and just don't, because that's what they're meant to be. Just cut them a little bit. I like to use a floral knife, but you at home can use a pair of scissors or whatever feels comfortable to you. All right, so I cut that. That's still way too long, so just go back and cut it more, because what you're going to want it to do is just rest a little bit on the vase. So that's probably pretty good. It's resting well. It's at the bottom, but it's not touching the bottom. And we always cut all your flowers at an angle. So just cut them, even if you're cutting with scissors, you could just cut them at an angle and just pop them in your vase. What we also try and do is make sure that no stems or no flowers are underwater. Obviously you want your stems underwater, because how else would your flowers get water? But it is really not healthy for the water to get the leaves in it, because they carry bacteria and germs. So I'm going to start with these three, and then I'll come back. I'm going to put this one in, and then I'll come back and tell you about how I like to fill in. So. Okay, now that we have all of our hydrangeas, I'm going to go ahead and add some of these red roses throughout. And usually I am not sitting when I'm doing this, so it's a little hard for me to see, but I'm going to just sort of tuck them in where they look like they could use a little color. And we'll just go ahead and add these throughout the bouquet. And we kind of leave them where they're standing up a little bit. They're not just too tucked in, those hydrangeas, so that you're still able to see them. So this flower bouquet that I bought came with alstroemeria, and what I love about alstroemeria is it lasts forever. So you can put this in here and it will probably be your longest lasting flower by far in this arrangement. So I'm just going to kind of put this throughout. I may put some in between, and you just sort of look and see how it feels to you. So I might put a little bit in this hydrangea coming out of it. And if it looks too funky, you can always take it out. If you're not married to what you put in here. See, I didn't like that, so I'm going to kind of put it down here and just sort of build in here a little bit of color. Well, while I was going through my stuff, I found a lot of extra roses and alstroemeria, so I went ahead and added those. And then to make this more patriotic, we're going to add some irises. They look actually pretty purple here, but in person they look a little bit blue, so I think that they'll pass. And there's only a few naturally blue flowers. Larkspur, I think it's larkspur, I forget the name. So we'll just go ahead and improvise with this blue here. I'm just going to kind of tuck it throughout the arrangement just to add a little color. And this whole thing, which I think at the end you guys will be impressed that it's going to look so expensive. It only cost, I think, $18, which I think is a pretty good deal for flowers. So hope you like it. and it kind of just makes the whole look of the arrangement change. So kind of what's great too is that I know that it's kind of intimidating, but just pull all the leaves off on your greenery if you want, so that you just are able to tuck exactly what you need in there. So watch a little bit as I fill in throughout. This is eucalyptus, and one of the great things about eucalyptus is, of course, the smell. So it's one of my favorite to work with. It just, actually the seeded eucalyptus, which I'll show you in a second, is awesome because it really smells amazing, but it also is real drapey, and so it kind of gives the look of the arrangement a whole new look.